Hello. So welcome to another sketchbook tour video. This is sketchbook number 9 and I'm not going in order at all. If y'all are keeping track, the last one that I did was sketchbook number 5, but anyway, yeah, let's zoom you in. This one I think is a more recent sketchbook. However, I did just finish 16 and 17 not that long ago, and I have to do a tour on those, and currently I'm on sketchbook 22. The numbers, they don't matter. They matter to me because of like when I started them, but they don't matter to y'all. So anyway, we're going in with number 9. Okay, so on the inner page, I don't usually do anything special. I just start my sketchbook because it's low pressure. And I don't know, they're always different. So for this one, I did a bunch of different like art challenges or art opportunities. So my friend Teresa created the 52 creative things in 52 weeks, and I'll link her channel below and her Instagram. You can go take a look at this list if you have no ideas of what to do on any given week this year. Go look at it because it's filled with ideas. And then we have, during this time that I was making the sketchbook, it was the 30 Days of Sketchbook Joy with Katie Moody because she was preparing for her book release. It was also February, and I went to Chicago. There's always an art hang party to do. There's the Weirdo Drawing Club, which is Debbie Draws Funny. That's her Patreon. There's Beth Spencer's Introverted Drawing Club. I'm going to list all of these people, by the way. And then like 3 times a week in the early morning, Blue Shine Art, which is Charlotte Hamilton. She does different like monthly prompts. I definitely misspelled prompt right there. And then my other friend Hippo, Hippo fait de truc. I think I'm saying that wrong, but Hippo fait de truc. My French is terrible, but anyway, Hippo does Sunday live streams, and she has replays up on her channel. So I'm going to list her channel too. And y'all don't come for me or make fun of me about my French because I'm trying and it's not very good. And then on this side, I just listed a bunch of art resources because I was interested in just trying something different anytime I was bored. So I have Map Crunch, Illustrator's Career Blueprint, Window Swap, Random Street View, 1minutepark.tv, a whole bunch of different places. I'm not going to read them all out, but like great resources. If you're interested, pause the video and, take a screenshot, check it out. So there you go. If you can't read them, I'm really sorry. So before I tell you what this, I'll just get into it. So with this sketchbook, I had blank pages like randomly throughout it. So I jumped around and I filled out different blank pages. So like this is one of the last things that I ever did in my sketchbook, but it's on the second page. And that's because initially I left this like glued page right here. It's kind of like glued. I left these pages blank. This is with some Sennelier soft pastels, extra soft fine pastels. This was 50 birds in 50 minutes with Melissa Martin's art hang party. And yeah, I ran out of room, but you'll see these birds interspersed throughout because they're all in soft pastel and they are all under a minute each. So I actually started the sketchbook when I was sick. So I didn't feel like drawing anything particular, just myself being sick. And then I was playing with, I think it was the Gonzai Tombi. It's these granulating colors that all look like they're the same color, but they're not. This is my Caran d'Ache Neo Art 48 color set, which is at this time the only amount of Neo Arts that are available. So 48 colors, this is how they look. they're called a wax oil pastel, and they are very similar to Neocolor ones. Slightly like an oil pastel, but not water soluble like Neocolor 2s, and not really like mushy like an oil pastel. They're a little different, and I had a review that I haven't posted yet of them, so I'll have to post that. These are oil pastels, and I guess I was still sick and I was just trying to draw something. This is Kramer from Seinfeld. He's already sprayed down, so he's not moving anywhere. Then, oh, I guess this is December. Did I say when I started those? No, I did not. So, December 11th, 2024. Trees in oil pastel that has been sprayed down. This is my friend and my other friend in oil pastel. He looks like a Greek person, like a Greek I'm trying to think of what it's like these drawings that they would have in like on Greek pottery and stuff. For some reason, whenever I see him, it looks like a drawing. I'm gonna see if I can pull up the picture that I'm thinking of, and I can link it here so you can see. So February. Obviously, this would have been in February. This was about the Super Bowl. Sorry, Eagles fans, I wasn't pleased. Post Malone, I love him. This was supposed to be like Marilyn Monroe, but it doesn't look like Marilyn Monroe to me. So these were my tattoo ideas. I actually ended up getting the paintbrush and the Caran d'Ache and kind of the palette. This was me just playing. Didn't know what to draw, decided to play. This is when I realized I was not very good at flowers or grass. This is my cat. It's not a drawing, it's one of those like little mini photo printers. More of the February. Cute. This is when I went to Chicago. This was not. But yeah, this is when I went to Chicago. Or no, before, because this was a drawing session that me and my family did. We were getting ready to go to Chicago, so we wanted to draw Chicago things. This is supposed to be a deep dish pizza, but it looks like a cheesecake. The Green River, Chicago dog. This was me just playing. So if you do Duolingo, earlier in the year, the company like killed him off, and he was in a little coffin. Like they were selling plushies of Duolingo in a little Duolingo coffin, and I wanted it because I thought it was so freaking cute. But they sold out, so I drew my own. That's how he looked in the picture, though. This is from Chicago, and the sticker's from Chicago. Just more play. There's a lot of play in this sketchbook. This was just a quick sketch at the restaurant, because this is February 21st, 2025. We stayed at the Drake. Another quick sketch. We were on a balcony. This was at the restaurant where we went to go grab some food, and this was the same day we had traveled, so we went to the museum in Chicago, and I brought I think it was one of those chunky colored pencils from I can't even think of the name right now. I'll think of it later. But this is my rainbow pencil, and then I had a chunky black colored pencil, and I had a black pen. And then I just kind of painted everything when I got back to the hotel. Just added some like washes of color. Then I started drawing people that were on the subway or on the bus, because I was trying to practice people drawing, and I really liked the people drawing with the rainbow colored pencil. More people on the bus. These are people I know though. This was a little piece from like the Contemporary Art Museum. These were more people on the bus. I liked adding the watercolor to them. I really like how she came out. I like her too. I mean, they all came out kind of cool. He's cool looking. We went to a concert. We got to see Joe Bonamassa, so I was trying to write that in. And then I found the Camel Rainbow pencils there, and I was so excited. I had to draw it in. Leaving Chicago, I had always intended to color this in, and I just never did. So, oh well. And this was me comparing rainbow pencils, which I've done in another video. This was just some random doodles. I saw a picture of this place, which I believe is in the UK, and I decided to draw it with my rainbow pencil. And then this was a blind contour of that same place. Like there's the lake, and then there's the building, and there's trees and stuff. So it doesn't look like much, but I know what it is. And then I decided to paint it with watercolor. Another random sketch. This was me doing a study of, I believe her name is Erin. Oh, I wrote it down. Erin Hansen. It's a study of coastal poppies. And she has this really interesting, like almost Van Gogh like style of how she lays her paints down. I really liked it, but I used Posca markers Sharpie markers. I literally wrote it. I used Sharpie markers to do this. Wow. I'm like writing the things here to like help myself, and I'm then ignoring it and trying to remember. This is over in Dallas at the Arboretum, and I believe this is with colored pencil. Oh, I had to go back to work. More of the February birds interspersed. More February. I liked this one, this raven. Oh, and then there's the 50, a continuation of the 50 birds in 50 minutes. I like this spread. It's very messy, but I really like it. I never sprayed it down. I don't know why I didn't, but I just didn't. This was from the 52 in 52. One of the prompts, it was still life every day. So that was my desk and pen. This was from 10-Minute Artist, and it was like do a flow chart of like how you start drawing. Another prompt from the 52 and 52 that was like the still life for the next day. This was the 100-day project. This was me planning out on day 3, which I ended up giving up on because I just got overwhelmed with other stuff, and I never continued. It's a great idea, and I would love to continue my idea, but I just never did it. Another still life. My parents and my kiddo wanted to do an art hang party replay. They chose the ball gowns one, which I've already done back in October last year during art hang party tober, but I figured I'd do it again with them. This was more of the 100-day project that I just never continued. I was there for this one. This was a live art hang party spring session. I had laid down an acrylic ground for my pastels, and I decided to use my soft pastels. One of them is water soluble. I mean, they're all technically water soluble, but this one is like specifically marked as water soluble. So I was just trying to see how it looked. I think that these came out pretty cute. So I really do like the ground for the pastels. It really kept everything in place. As you've seen, I use a lot of soft pastels in this sketchbook and they went everywhere, but these stayed put, which is great. This is without the pastel ground. Cute. This was just random gouache sketches, and yeah, I really liked my tea and my little orange. I ended up doing this small in the sketchbook and then large on a wall with spray paint. So this one actually came out kind of cool when it came to life. I have a short of me doing the spray paint version of this. We went to Meow Wolf with my family and my friend, and I took my rainbow pencil and I think some of the, yeah, this is a gel pen, and this looks like it might be like a Sharpie creative marker or something. Some kind of acrylic marker. But this was so much fun. Meow Wolf is so crazy and so colorful, so the rainbow pencil was perfect for that. And the gel pen, because these colors, this yellow and the pink, they reacted super well with the purple lighting, so it was neat. The black lights. More Meow Wolf. This was just random stuff we saw around Meow Wolf, and I just thought it was so cute and so weird. More Meow Wolf. This was my daughter's drawing. I guess this whole page is hers. And then we went to go see, well, my friend, he wanted to go visit his dad at the cemetery, so we were sitting there and he had his time with his dad, and I found a gravestone that said Malone on it. I wanted to paint it. I don't know if that's too morbid for y'all, but I thought it came out pretty nice. I used watercolor ground on this page, so the watercolor, it really, like, it came out very nicely on it. My daughter, she got these at Meow Wolf. This page I had pre-primed with watercolor ground. I made frames and then I never put anything in them for some reason. I had plans to and I just didn't. This was another primed page with watercolor ground. We went to the Dallas Buddhist Temple to go have breakfast. My dog. I did a video of this. This was the acrylic marker test. I did it all on here. This is oil pastel. These were my new Ohuhu alcohol markers. I already have all of the colors from the original set. This was like their new plush set. I don't know if I have any near me, but I don't think so. Anyway, they're like new. They have like a more plush feeling pen tip, I guess. Marker tip. That's my friend and rainbow pencil. There is more oil pastel. Mo money, mo problems. Just random sketches. I think this is in gouache. Yep, more gouache. I did a short of this, actually. This is watercolor. And I have a sticker of this. This was mostly Neocolors. And markers. Yeah. I think it's the Ecoline markers. The brush pens. Colored pencil. Yeah, mostly colored pencil. Colored pencil. I had just gotten a colored pencil set, so I was really trying to use them as often as possible. This was a pre-primed spread with watercolor ground, and this is like a scene from Texas wildflower season. So I actually like how this one came out. This was April 10th. This was us going to eat at this place called Ramen Hakata, and I believe it's mostly colored pencil. This was when I started to buy Holbein colored pencils, and I was so excited because the colors are so pretty. So I started trying to bring them with me everywhere and try to use them as much as possible. I go through different art supply phases where sometimes I just want to bring this or that or whatever. So I think now we're getting into the phase where I just want to bring acrylic markers with me. Yes. So now it's my acrylic marker phase. And these turn into stickers. They're on my shop. Same with this. This is all like the initial stages of the stickers that you can buy on my shop. And this is actually now a sticker too. This was colored pencil, but I think it's the Derwent Inktense colored pencil. And then I used paint for this with a little bit of black ink and some white gel pen. I think this was me trying to do watercolor first and then line work after. This was the rainbow pencil, of course. And I'm just detailing a lot of like my days that I've been going out and hanging out with friends and family. This is at a bookstore called Wild Detectives, using just pen and watercolor. This is when I went to the museum in Dallas, the Dallas Museum of Art, and I just took colored pencils and I think black ink. So I was just drawing little bits from things that I liked. And then after, we went to go eat. And this is actually a sticker in my shop now too. This was the view from the coffee shop we went to. This was the final iteration of some of these stickers. My daughter does boxing, so this is us going to the boxing ring and or the boxing gym, sorry. And I'm just sitting there watching her, and I was trying to encourage her, telling her that she can do hard things because she was having a tough one that day. Here's my daughter, and there's a bunch of the boxers just in motion. It was really good, like figure drawing for people in motion. I do really like going to the boxing gym to like sketch. This was, I think, from Becca's photo. So my friend Becca in my art hang party Discord, I don't know if she has a YouTube channel. I think she does. If she does, I'll link it, but I'll link her info. Let me just pause. So this was a reference photo from one of my friends. I'll link her info below, but I really liked this church. I did this with like my Neocolor 1s and Neocolor 2s, and then I added my Neo Arts to the side. It doesn't make a completely cohesive photo, but or spread or whatever, but I really like how it came out. The colors are so pretty, and honestly, this is just, I love it. It's gorgeous. This was Art in the Bar. I went to the Jack of All, and my daughter had given me flowers, so I taped those in. But yeah, this was just an art day with my friends. These were just some ideas whenever I was about to send some art gifts to people. I was kind of writing that down, and then these were like sticker ideas, and just, I was sketching in church, so I was drawing a lot of random stuff. Yeah. More random sketchy things, and like I like to write down a lot of quotes that I hear randomly in places. So this one, I'm drunk, I'm not gonna remember, is a quote from what I heard someone say at some point, and I thought it was funny. These were just people sitting in church. These were me trying out different colors of my Derwent Inktenses to see which colors would go with which person's set. Some little fruit. This was me playing with the Neo Arts. This is just Neo Arts and marker. More of the 50 birds in 50 minutes. I like that one. More church drawings. It was like a 3-hour baptism that I went to, so what else am I gonna do except sit there and draw? More of the birds, and then another drawing of this little cat called Portal from Meow Wolf. And then this was from Meow Wolf, and then, yeah. Random notes. My daughter's drawing. She was really excited for How to Train Your Dragon. And then random notes. So, that's it for this one. Here's some more of my stickers. The calendar stickers that come with calendar sets. And, yeah. So, that's pretty much it for sketchbook number 9. I will have to do another tour video soon so that I can get through these, because this one was when I was in Chicago as well. And I mean, you can see the little train there and the peppers. So yeah, this is definitely very Chicago. I don't think this one was from during that time. This one started April 25th, so no, this is not from Chicago, but this one is. So we'll get into that one next time. That's it. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.